Welcome, everybody. I think we're going to get started here in just a few minutes. Thank you so much for joining us today for our edition of Farming with Soil Life short course for the Southeast region. First, we're going to start with just a welcome and overview. I mentioned some of these housekeeping logistics, but first I want to thank everyone for attending and your time today. As I said, this will be recorded. We will have closed captioning options available for you at the bottom. So if you need that, please click that and turn it on. This course is based on our Farming with Soil Life Handbook and additional resources. And we'll show you where to access those too. There were links to those resources also in the registration page, so you might have already seen them. Along with that, we did have a pre-course survey in the registration. If people missed that and could take it maybe during our coffee break or estimate your pre-course knowledge after the course, we like to compare that pre-course survey to the post-course evaluation, again, so we can make improvements, know where we're doing well, and understand really what you're here to learn about and what's most important to you. I'm Kelly Gill. I'm a Senior Pollinator Conservation Specialist with the Xerces Society and also USDA NRCS, that's Natural Resources Conservation Service Partner Biologist covering the East region. We have two other wonderful presenters with us today. That's Jennifer Hopwood. She's a Senior Pollinator Conservation Specialist and NRCS Partner Staff Support Person and our Roadside and Right-of-Way Specialist at the Xerces Society. And we also have Jeff Woodward with us today. He's a Tennessee Area 1 soil scientist, again with USDA NRCS. So thank you both for joining us today. And if you didn't have a copy of the agenda from the announcement information, here's a quick overview of what we're going to cover today. Right now, we're doing the welcome and course overview, so we're halfway through that. We're going to talk about the basics of soil health and an introduction to soil fauna and their important ecological roles. And then Jennifer will take a deep dive into different soil invertebrates and their profiles. And then most importantly, we'll have a little time for a coffee break and stretch. And after that, Jeff will follow up with overview of management practices and NRCS conservation programs that provide technical assistance and financial incentives to do conservation work for soil health and wildlife. So these animals we're going to talk about today. And then we'll talk about scouting and monitoring, how to observe and look for these animals in your landscape. Today, our focus is on agricultural lands. So large farms, small farms, different settings, different landscapes. These, all of these principles are applicable. You might see different communities of insects across these different landscapes, which should make sense to everybody. So just so you know, we're taking this general approach, and these ideas, these practices are scalable. Then we'll follow up with some Q&A and do some concluding remarks, and we'll have a link to the evaluation. Before we start, just a little bit about the Xerces Society. If you're unfamiliar with our work, we are an invertebrate conservation organization, not-for-profit organization that protects the natural world through the conservation of invertebrates and their habitats. We were formed in 1971 by Dr. Robert Michael Pyle. And we were, at that time, before my time here, a small butterfly club. We've grown by leaps and bounds, and we have tons of different program areas. We work on endangered species. We work on pollinator conservation and agricultural biodiversity, pesticide reduction and mitigation, outreach and education, communications, and policy. We work on all different invertebrate groups, from pollinators to the soil insects and invertebrates we'll talk about today, to aquatic species like freshwater mussels and dragonflies. So please visit our website if you want to know more about our different programs. We have a prolific publication and resource library as well. And I'll mention that at the end when we talk about additional resources. But we won't have time to cover that all today. And a big thank you to our Xerces Society members and supporters. We are a donor-supported organization. I know this is a long list. We're not going to read it all, but our work is made possible by funding from multiple sources. And today, we want to do an extra big thanks to our grant funder, Southern SARE. This project is supported by a National Institute of Food and Agriculture from USDA under an agreement through the Southern SARE region program. And this is a grant to provide outreach and education and training. So thank you to SARE. And this is the handbook I was talking about earlier. This course, the modules in this course is based on this handbook. It's condensed, for training purposes. But if you want to know more information about these animals, about the things we talk about today, please do take a look at this book. It's available for free online. You could download it for free, or you could purchase a hard copy from the SARE website. Other information I should mention, like this presentation, we have other presentations on our YouTube playlist, including previous Farming with Soil Life courses that were done in different regions, and then a huge library of other webinars and presentations and videos. So please do check that out.